Hey, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to the Lunch and Learn with me and Vanessa. Are you guys excited? Because I am. How about you, Vanessa?
I'm so excited, Joe. I want to know what everyone's eating because if I don't ask the question, you will.
Exactly. And, we're still, a month away from Cinco de Mayo, but I love tacos. So if anyone's having tacos today, please share. You take a picture and post a picture of what you're eating even. Why not, right? Let's see what's going on for lunch today with everyone. And by the way, I love our topic today. I do. I
Yeah.
mean, the lifetime value of a customer, this is probably going to be one of our shortest calls because we're going deep, but not too deep crazy. And, it's really the lifetime value of a customer. What is that? How does it work? Why should I care? And what are we even talking about here kind of a thing? So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely super excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too, Joe. I want to dig in here. Who do we have? Oh, I don't even have my comments on, so I can't even see what people are saying. Here we go.
Well, clearly,
all right, guys. Hello. Already ate, past lunchtime here. I feel you. I haven't had lunch yet. Who else is on here? I love it when people like Kathy Baxter, she's registered with StreamYard, so I can see her name, and I love being able to call people by name, Joe.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathy. What are you having for lunch? Or it's probably way past your lunchtime, Kathy. So spinach salad, says Laura. Fantastic, Laura. Spinach salad today. All right, guys. Well, we're here to talk about the lifetime value of a customer, Joe. And I'm excited about this topic because I think people tend to get into the headspace of, I don't know what to spend. I don't know what my budget should be. I don't know what I should be doing, especially small businesses or people who are in business for themselves. They really don't get a whole lot of guidance on what they should be spending on customer retention, obtaining customers, and things like that. So we're going to dig into that a little bit here, right?
I'm in love with it. I'm ready to go. Let's make it happen.
All right. Well, if my thing will respond, there we go. So what is the lifetime value of a customer? And how do I figure it out?
Brilliant questions, no doubt about it. So, do we have the answers?
Those are the questions. I will tell you, Joe, that smart companies know what the lifetime value of their customer is. Smart companies keep that information in their database because they know when you call, and I know you all have felt this when you're calling different companies, and you say something like, hey, I made a mistake on this. Can you waive this fee or can you waive that fee? What people are trained, what their customer service reps are trained to do is go and look at your value to that company, the money that you've spent with that company over what period of time and whether or not they'll do that. And I'll tell you about when this came in super duper handy for me, Joe. My lifetime value with my cell phone provider came in handy because way back in the Wayback Time Machine, when my kids first got cell phones and didn't realize that they were being charged for every single text message they sent, I ended up with a giant, and when I say giant cell phone bill. Giant cell phone bill. And I called the company and I was like, ha ha ha, sorry guys, you made a mistake, thinking that I was right and that there's no way that my cell phone bill had like 10 times to itself. So I was like, that you guys must have made a mistake on my bill. And he said, no, it's the text messages. And as we dug in to look at that, my daughter was like, who knows? I don't even know how she didn't have like thumb cramps, but she had sent thousands upon thousands upon thousands of text messages that were dinging me every single time she sent them. This again is way back before they were free. So I was mortified, obviously mortified and furious. And so I asked the gentleman on the phone, I said, is there anything you can do? Like he knew I was completely flipping out. Is there anything you can do for me? And he said, yes, you are a very valuable customer to us. I'd been with that company for over 10 years at the time. He said, you're a very valuable customer to us. I'm going to cut this in half. And I was like, fantastic. And then he said, and I can spread out the payments over several months.
Wow.
How nice was that? I mean, a mistake that clearly ended up being my mistake ultimately, because I'm the adult in the situation, a mistake that ended up being my mistake. But because I was such a valuable customer, I was given a lot of leeway. And that is why people track that kind of thing. My value to them was far more important than one cell phone bill.
Yes, I love this discussion. And, there's that thing about, what is the statement? If you measure it, you can improve it.
Yes.
And if you don't know what the value of a customer is, how can you even have an advertising budget? How can you even have a budget on customer retention? How can you have a budget of any kind if you don't understand how this whole thing works? You've got to understand this. And to be able to improve something, you have to measure it. And if you don't know, both myself and Vanessa, we're kind of numbers hounds. We have issues, like real issues with numbers. Like we need data. Feed us because we're trying to improve something here. And in order to improve something, you have to just understand what it is you're talking about. And lifetime value of a customer is, if you don't understand that, we've got some issues going on, no doubt about it. So how do we figure this thing out, Vanessa?
So let's figure this out. So the lifetime value of a customer is calculated by multiplying the annual value of the customer to the business by the average lifespan of the customer in your business. So if the customer, and Joe, we did this based on $49 a month, right? We did this based on $49 a month. So the annual value of a customer is $588. The average lifespan in our mock scenario here is 8 years. A customer is a customer of this business, whatever the business is, it's just a made up business, for 8 years. We took that average based on a lot of businesses. So annual value of 588, average lifespan 8 years, lifespan of the customer in that business. So 588 multiplied by the 8 years is 4,704. 4,704 is your total lifetime value of the customer. Right. So you guys have to figure that out in your own business, right? You need to take your own numbers and plug them into the equation here. What does someone spend in your small business or big business, whatever? What does your customer or client spend with you on an annual basis? And then how long do you generally retain customers? What is your retention rate? Do you retain customers for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever the average is? And I know some of you are sitting there saying, well, I don't know how long this customer is going to stay with me. I understand that. But you do know how long the average customer stays with you, with your business. And if you don't, you need to figure that out too. But you take the average length of a customer in your business. All right.
And we just talked to Bo Young a few weeks ago in the insurance edition. And he brought up that $250 a year is the average commission that they make from each customer. And, he looked at it and he was talking about, if I can get that customer to stay with me for 5 years, the chances of them staying with me for 10, 15, and 20 are enormous. Mm-hmm. And I look at that and go, he already understood the lifetime value of the customer based on that commission structure and how that all worked. So again, there are many businesses that understand this concept and they know why as well, which we're going to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. So before we do that, Joe, I just want to say somebody out there, I'm not sure what the name is having a veggie bowl and a blondie for lunch.
I know, I saw that. Now, that is an unlikely combination for lunch. Very unlikely. I would do the blondie, but not the veggie bowl. That's where I would be.
Fantastic. All right, guys. So now that we understand that calculation, let's figure out what other companies are spending on their marketing budget. So when we look at the percentage of revenue spent on marketing, it depends on the market, right, Joe? It depends on the industry. And they're spending anywhere from 4 to 24% of their marketing budget, of their annual revenue on marketing, depending on what industry they're in. And you can see the chart right here, guys. And we just pulled out a couple of examples here. if the average lifetime value of a customer or annual value of a customer is $588 for a consumer packaged good company, you multiply that by the 24% of their revenue that they're spending, and that is $141.12. That would be high, in my opinion. That's spending 24% on marketing is high, in my opinion. But let's go all the way down to the bottom of the thing in the energy industry. And they're only spending 4% of their annual revenue on their on marketing. So that's 588 times 4%, which is 2352, Joe. So any questions about this, about people spending your marketing budget? And before we get into like what that's all about, I do want to say that if you're not considering Mailbox Power part of your marketing budget, you're missing the boat here.
Definitely. The IRS recognizes it that way, that's for sure.
Exactly. And so I come across people all the time that are like, oh, we already spend X amount of dollars on marketing and we already do. And my question is always, and how's that working for you? How's that? Because I guarantee you it's not working that well. And that's why people are constantly looking at what they can do to get more bang for their buck in marketing, right? That's what we do in marketing. We're like, how can we get the most bang for the buck or the biggest return on our investment, ROI? It's really important for us in marketing to get a high return on our investment, because then we're spending less money to obtain customers, right?
Absolutely. And this list, clearly an energy company does not need to spend as much as consumer services or packaged goods. I know people I buy Electra from here, I have no choice. I'm in a state where it's kind of mandated. I have to use NV Energy. That's the way it is. So for them, spending 4% is just dandy, right?
Right. That's probably enough to like put their name on a sign at the local ballpark, right?
Exactly. That's exactly right. But, I get to the top of that list and I look at consumer packaged goods and consumer services. They probably need to spend a lot to attract a lot. They've got a very competitive marketplace and, so on and so forth. They just need to spend more. But as you can tell, these are kind of broken out, and this is some national averages is what these are.
Right. And think about it, guys. Think about the ads that you see on television or in magazines or on the internet or wherever you see things. If they're falling into these categories, you can kind of see. The only one that surprised me, Joe, but it didn't surprise me because it's mining/construction. I do see a lot of construction ads. I don't see a lot of mining ads.
Me either.
But as I was looking at this, I was like, oh yeah, I do see a lot of commercials for consumer packaged goods and things like that versus energy commercials. The only time I see energy commercials is, hey, let's conserve water, or let's do this or that, which is all great information and great. I consider them more of a public service announcement though than an actual advertisement.
Yeah, totally agree.
So here we go. Let's talk about why do I need to know the lifetime value of a customer, Joe? And I know this is one of those things that we can dig into because we know that it actually costs a company money to obtain a customer in the first place. There's a certain amount of advertising that has to go into actually even getting the attention of a customer in the first place. And then when you have that customer, you're going to be spending money on retaining that customer. And if you're not spending money on retaining that customer, your retention rate is going to be very, very low. The longer you can retain a customer, the higher their lifetime value to you.
Right. Yes. Because you see, if you're not retaining a customer, bullet point number 1 will be your life. And you don't want bullet point number 1 to be your life. Okay. Bullet point number 2 is much more cost effective to retain a customer than it is to obtain a new one. We've talked about that numerous times on numerous lunch and learns. But this is it. This is, why we have to understand the lifetime value of a customer so we can do these things. And they're all super important. Customer experience. Oh yeah. I know that still makes people shudder. There are people out there right now, when I ask the question, so what is the customer experience like at your company? Oh gosh, I don't think I want to talk about that today.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, we can help. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've said this before, but I feel prompted to say it again. If you are spending all of your money, all your budget, all of your customer experience funds on obtaining new customers, and you're losing them out the back end just as fast, it is a losing battle. You will always be underwater. You will always be running way faster than you need to, than if you would spend a little bit of money on retaining them and giving them a good customer experience. Joe, let's talk about the unbelievable offer, because I think this is something that you and I were talking about not too long ago with an experience or something you had with a dentist, was it?
Yeah. So I think the unbelievable offer and the loss leader almost kind of fall into the same category.
Yes.
What are we even talking about when we talk about an unbelievable offer or a loss leader? You know, an unbelievable offer from a dentist. We've all seen it, right? We get a postcard in the mail that says $25.
Yes.
Complete x-rays, exam by the doctor, and a teeth cleaning.
Yeah.
That's freaking unbelievable. I'm just going to tell you that is not, like I would fully expect to be paying $250 or $300 for that service from the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that dentist know? That dentist understands the lifetime value of a customer.
Mm-hmm.
He knows if that, or he or she knows if that new customer comes in for the $25, the chances of them leaving without buying a teeth whitening kit or some other service is pretty small.
Yeah.
And they look at the profitability, and they know if they gain a new customer and that customer walks out the door and that the business is even, as far as they didn't lose any money, but they didn't make any money when that customer walks out the door, they also know they have a customer for life, right? That customer's not going anywhere. They're going to retain that customer and they're going to come back and spend money, which equals profitability, which equals what is the lifetime value of a customer. So the unbelievable offer can also be a loss leader. Let's talk about Mailbox Power and those free 4x6 postcards. Kind of the same thing we're talking about here. People love those free 4x6 postcards. Is the company making money on it? No, but we know the lifetime value of a customer. We know the value of that free postcard to that customer is this. It works. If they use it, guess what? Their phone's going to ring, something's going to happen, and they're going to gain new business and new customers. So lifetime value of a customer, I definitely wanted to cover that. Thank you for, giving me the opportunity to talk about that for a minute, because it is such a big deal.
It's a big, big deal. It's a big, big deal. And in the case of Mailbox Power, we realized that if people can send free postcards, they're likely to spend on other things as well. So it's worth it to the company to offer the postcards free. You're only paying postage on those. And thousands upon thousands upon thousands go out every single day. So we know a lot of people are taking advantage of those, which is fantastic. But it's not killing the company, because there are enough people that end up doing more than a postcard.
Right. That's exactly right. Yep. We've just opened it up. Now you've seen. It's good.
So let's talk about that lowest possible budget that we talked about on the budget scale that we shared a little bit earlier. We said that people are spending between 4 to 24% of their revenue, of their annual revenue, on the customer experience. So let's take the lowest part of that, the part that the energy company was spending, which is 4%, and multiply that. That ends up to be $23.52, which seems like not a lot of money, Joe. When I'm thinking, to retain a customer, I have an annual budget of $23.52. What am I going to do with that? That doesn't seem like a lot of money. I can't even get a $25 gift card with that. But when we break it down into these touches, as we call them, these touches that you can do throughout the year for your customer, and how many times you can touch them with Mailbox Power, you can see the value of that $23.52 budget. So Joe, let's go through these a little bit and talk about the various touches.
Can I start by talking about birthdays? Because it's right here.
That's exactly why I tossed it to you.
Listen, you've probably heard me say this many times. If you'll just do two things as a company, just two, right? Now, there's many more here, but just two. Number one, thank a new customer for their business. Thank them profusely. Let them know how important they are to your business. And I'm going to say this, make them feel important. Number two, birthday, half birthday. And all of that is called out right here and much, much more. That first touch is the birthday, right? With a gift, which means it comes in a box. How important would you feel if, if any business that you did business with did exactly what you're looking at right now? Not many businesses do. They don't understand the impact and how beneficial this type of communication from a company is. An email, certainly chocked full of great information if it's read, right? If it's read. But when you get these things that land in somebody's mailbox and they're in a package and they open them up, especially a birthday gift, unexpected, you're not asking for anything. You're not selling them anything in any of this. You're just communicating and adding value into their life by thanking them on their birthday, thanking them for their business. And of course, the half birthday card is there as well for a whole $1.05. But anyway, I mean, this is a lot for $23.
It is a lot, Joe. And what we did here, guys, you're looking at actual out the door cost. It's not this plus postage or whatever. We included postage in here because we said, okay, we want to know what the real cost is. This is important for all of you. So that birthday and brownies that Joe, and by the way, we just picked somewhere in Texas, some random place in Texas because it was the middle of the country. We're like, okay, well, this will be the average cost of getting these things out the door. So the birthday with the brownies at $11.42, that's out the door cost to you. The next one is a card, $1.05. That's the 50-cent card plus the postage. So you've got a card and brownies for the first touch, a card for the second touch, a card for the third touch, a postcard for the fourth touch, a half birthday for the fifth, and a You Make a Difference, which is a really nice way to make a customer feel very, very valued with a blondie. And again, that's $8.23 out the door. So with all those things, you have now touched the same customer 6 times in a year. That's every other month. You can get this scheduled in there. How simple is that? How simple is that? And how good does your customer feel right now? Because you've reached out to them 6 times in a year for less than $24. That's pretty impressive.
Well, and let's not forget that if you're a pro member and you hadn't used any of your 50 free greeting cards yet, 5 of those, that's $2.50 would come off of that $23.17, and you'd be down to $20 and some change.
So send me another blondie.
Right, exactly. So boom, I mean, additionally, we were really trying to just be very, here it is, out the door, kind of a scenario. And I think this is amazing. And what anybody could do with this series, birthday, half birthday, thank you for your business, and a couple of other items where you add value into their life, where you teach, educate, assist, whatever you can do to communicate, I think will be a great way to do it. So, but I just love that we put together this budget, Vanessa, so people can go, wow, that's what $23 looks like. Yeah.
That's what $23.17 looks like. And guys, here's the thing. So we're looking at that low end budget. Let's say you're sitting there going, I can't afford that. I can't even afford that right now. I'm just getting started, or or I'm on the other end and I've got thousands upon thousands of customers and I certainly can't afford to spend $23.17 on them. Guys, listen, you can send postcards. You can send free postcards all year. You're only paying for the postage all year. And that's 63 postcards that you can get out the door for this budget. You can send 22 greeting cards if you decide to just go that way, or 42 free cards. Use those free cards that are in your account that you're only paying postage on, and you can send 42 of those. So I guess what I'm saying is, no. Please don't tell me this doesn't fit in your budget, because it does. It fits in everybody's budget. And we've just shown you a way that you can do it for $23.17 a year a year. And then when you play that against your lifetime value of your customer, that's hardly anything to stay top of mind with your customer, make them feel important, make them feel like they're valuable to your business.
Yes, couldn't agree more. This is amazing. I love it, love it, love it. Love it. Budgets and all.
All right, guys.
Thing, right?
Let's go on over here to your favorite, Mary Kay Ash.
I'm just doing it again because it never gets old. And Mary Kay Ash, if you don't know her, you have no idea who this woman is. Mary Kay Cosmetics, a brilliant, brilliant marketer, a brilliant businesswoman, and brilliant in what she had said, which is everyone has an invisible sign hanging from their neck saying, "Make me feel important. Never forget this message when working with people." And it's the truth. If you make me feel important, the chances of me leaving your business are nil. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not cheating on you, period. I mean, I'm with you. Done deal. I'm all in. But you have to make your customers feel important. You have to let them know that you actually care about them and that their business matters to you, because they don't want to disappoint you either. And they don't want to be disappointed. So anyway, with that being said, here we are, Mary Kay.
All right. So what's the next step, guys? What do you need to do next? You need to determine the lifetime value of each of your clients or customers, to determine your budget and set up your campaigns. Again, if you haven't seen the power of Mailbox Power campaigns, the power of personalization, the power of what we offer at Mailbox Power. If you haven't seen that, there are plenty of videos on our YouTube channel that you can watch, including other lunch and learns that we've done that talk about those very things. So if you're sitting here going, well, this sounds good, but I don't know enough about it, go and watch some of those other videos where we talk about campaigns and the impact of campaigns, or personalization and the power of seeing your own name on a gift or on a greeting card.
Yes, absolutely. And truth be told, the campaigns are already done. They're there. Want a birthday, half birthday campaign? Jump into the campaign store. There's free ones. You can install it in 2 seconds and start adding people to it. Literally, I mean, seconds, not minutes, not hours, not days or weeks, seconds. It can be, you can be on your way. We, as a company, are making this system easier and easier and easier to use every single day. We have great, software engineers that are in the background just trying to make this as easy as possible. And what we're doing, myself and Vanessa, is trying to enlighten all of you on maybe a budget today on what is the lifetime value of a customer? Why should I care? What information can I take from this? And what can I do with $23?
Right.
And, hold on. $23.17. What can I do with $23.17? And Vanessa, I think clearly we have got that out to everybody. We did it in under 30 minutes.
Big
it's a first. It's a first.
Yes. So, woo! So,
yes.
So next up, next week, you are going to be interviewing Casey Eberhardt on the how to expand your network, which is going to be a phenomenal opportunity for people to, if you're sitting there going, I really need to make some new connections, Casey is going to come and share his wisdom with all of us next week.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll miss you though. But anyway, I'm still excited to have Casey, but I'll
be back.
Okay, good. Glad to hear it. Okay, any final words, Vanessa?
No, just guys, this is such important information. We're in business. We're in business to support your business. That's what we're all about. So please reach out if there's anything we can do to help you.
Awesome. Thanks, Vanessa. Thank you, everybody, for your time today. You just gave us 29 minutes of your valuable time, and we appreciate that. If you're a current customer of ours, I appreciate you. I really do. I'm so thankful to have you. I hope you are winning through this Mailbox Power system. I hope you're utilizing this budget and these numbers that we put together today so you can kind of understand how you can communicate with your customers, how you can retain them, how you can create a different customer experience, and how you can enjoy referrals, because referrals are the lifeblood of most businesses. So anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.